as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's Boxing Talk with Rafi. Oh, we on? 94. Let's do the sound check. Hopefully we got sound. Oh, we on? Yes, we are live. It's Boxing Talk with Rafi 94. And got plenty of things to be getting on with, to be chopping up with you tonight, or this evening, or this afternoon, or this morning, wherever you are. Okay, that's what we're looking at. What we're looking at here. How am I going to warm this thing in? Yeah. I'm going to warm this thing in with a video. Allow the area to populate. Let me see which one I'm going with. Which one am I going with? Damn, why not start here? Why not start with this? Why not? Okay. Let me line this baby up. Okay. I think we are sharing. So I'm going to play the warming video, and then we'll get into the topics, the subject matters. We got a lot to chop up. Talking about the weekend's fights, primarily the UK weekend's fights. I'll chop up the American weekend's fights on Wednesday. But we'll be looking at Kid Galahad. We'll be looking at Kell Brook. We'll be looking at Terry Harper and more. We're going to be looking at and talking about Dillian Whyte's threat to expose Deontay Wilder. We got John Fury's latest offerings. And, of course, we're going to have to talk about Tyan Booth's YouTube channel being deleted. I just heard the word literally just before I came on, before I pressed the button to go live. So that's definitely something that's on the agenda. That's breaking news. Tyan Booth's YouTube channel has been struck down, terminated, deleted, censorship gone mad. You tell me. But first, let's get into the warming video. Let's go. Take it away.
And today,
Uh-oh.
I bring you breaking
Let's
news.
kill the music.
Breaking news regarding the pay-per-view price of the Bronze Bomber versus the Gypsy King. And it ain't good. It ain't good news. We see here the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury BT Sports pay-per-view price will probably be £24.95, like the Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua rematch was on Sky. Frank Warren told me today, he said, it's a much better fight, isn't it? Whoever wins is the best heavyweight in the world. How the hell can you decipher that when the three have not fought? Two of the three are fighting. Yeah, they've already fought, and they're going to fight again, and they may fight again in 2020. But you don't know about the other guy. Both of these guys have refused offers from the other guy. So, as a matter of fact, let me get into some of the comments that accompany it. self-crowned lineal champ says, well, 3 a.m., 25 pounds. No, thank you. I think that's the key point. You nailed it. Hit the nail on the head. You see, the Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, the Punch, Andreas the Punch Ruiz. See, that fight took place in the UK at, 9 p.m. UK time. 9 p.m. 25 pounds, some people questioned it. I questioned it. 25 pound. Why? Is it 25 pounds one-off for this one-off fight? Or are they rolling out a new pay-per-view price? But it wasn't peak time. Okay. So now this fight is going to take place at 3 a.m. UK time. That's not peak time. That's morning time. So I'm not quite sure what the rationale. What was the rationale for the price hike? What's that 20% price hike? Why? What's the logic? Is it just because Joshua versus Ruiz 2 was that price? Is that the reason? But it's not like for like, because one was at prime time and the other was in the morning time. So I don't quite understand the logic. I don't understand the logic. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? I don't know. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Does Fish Eyes have a mind of his own? Talking about the copying. Taking everything into account, high price, very poor undercard. The fact that this one's at 4 a.m. Yeah, it's not even 3 a.m. It's likely to be 4 a.m. or later. 3 a.m. would be early. Yeah. 4 a.m. in comparison to 9 to 10 p.m. I ain't buying it. This won't get half the buys that AJ versus Ruiz got. It just won't happen. But they're the two biggest stars in boxing. Aaron went on record as saying this would do 2 million buys. Yeah, what if it's going to do 2 million buys? Why would you feel the need to put the price up? What's the logic of that? I don't know. Leon says 25 pound. Wow. And the winner is the best heavyweight in the world. Who on their record have they fought? That's world level. Get back to the nursing home, Frank. You measured you. Okay. So there you have it. There's the news. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury on BT Sports. Likely to be 25 pounds in the UK. Seems like people forgot about the talk about Bob Arum over in the US making it cheaper in the US. Is he going to make it cheaper in the US and more expensive in the UK? What the hell is going on? So what say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comment, it's the shares, and it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Live shows Monday and Wednesday, 10 p.m. UK time, boxing talk with Rafi, and of course, occasionally I throw in the odd surprise live on Friday. Okay, it's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, and I am out.
Okay. Let me see what's going on. What is going on? Okay. Well, first and foremost, let me put the link in the chat. How rude of me not to do so. Let me do that right now. Boom. Okay. Let's have a look at the music situation. Let's get this thing on a rotation. Where are we? Go on. Yep. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Let's try again. Let us try again. Okay. Go on all the way down. All the way down. Okay. Okay. So we're back. That was the warm-in video, and you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Rafi. Okay, let's have a look at I'm ready for FaceTime. Yeah, I think I'm ready for FaceTime. Okay, let's line this up. Okay, right. So let's get into the roll call. Let's do the roll call. Not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Okay, so yes, Frank the French up in the building. Philip Carl Roberts. Eduardo De La Hearn. IFL Umar's been busy. The guy who made him famous, now trying to make him infamous. Yeah, it's okay. So for those who haven't heard the word, I just told you when I started this that I've just received the breaking news that, where are we? Yeah, that Tyan Booth's channel has been closed down. Seems crazy to me. Obviously, Tyan Booth is what am I doing here? Let's step this thing up just one notch. I told you guys I need a secretary. Let's just step this thing up. Let's step this up. What the hell? Okay, we'll use this picture. Let's use this picture. Okay, and let's oh no. Oh yeah, okay. Let me see if I can do this. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. Open image. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now, save image. Well, we'll talk about this thing. Okay. And let me go into upload. Oh. Case sensitive. Let's try again. Go on then. Open sesame. Is he gonna function? Is he gonna cooperate with me? Is it going to cooperate with me? Maybe not. Okay, so we're just gonna have to go into this thing raw. I was trying to bring something up, but it's not going to cooperate with me. Okay, so Tyan Booth's channel I just received a message. The Tyan, just before we came on, the Tyan Booths channel is down. So clearly and evidently, what has happened is that I'm trying to do this thing a different way. What has happened is that, as we know, Tyan is a controversial figure. And I guess he just got too controversial for YouTube, which is very, very unfortunate. It's a sad state of affairs when you can't have someone cracking a few jokes. Admittedly, Tyan is a little bit close to the knuckle at times. He's a little close to the knuckle at times, but still, even so, I don't see why the man should have been struck down like that. I tried to look for the channel myself, although I forgot what it's called. I did a Google search on the channel, couldn't find it, so it seems there might be, for real, some legitimacy to the notion that Tyan Booths' channel has been taken down. And if that's the case, that is a very, very sad state of affairs. Very sad state of affairs indeed. So, trying to do something over here. Enter. No dice. Yep. So, where are we? Let's share this thing. Let's share this thing. Okay. Am I sharing? Hopefully, I am sharing. Boom. Okay. I think we're doing it now. Yeah, so sad state of affairs. Let me get into some of the comments. Yes. So who we got? We got Philip Carl, we got Frank the French, Philip Carl Roberts, we got Eduardo de la Hearns, Georgie 4G up in the building. Smash that like button, folks. Pablo Diablo up in the building. Zibe Mumu. Zibe Mumu. I haven't seen Zibe Mumu in here before. Welcome. Yeah, it's 25 pounds. Tyson Fury thinks 25 pounds. Apparently, that's what it's going to be, according to industry insiders. It's going to be 25 pounds. Yeah. The undercard. Don't really know about the undercard yet. Don't really know about the undercard for Fury versus Wilder yet. Yeah, well, Zibe Mumu says y'all be lucky. I'm buying the fight for almost $100. 100. Yeah, man, you guys over there in the USA, you get ripped off badly. Yeah, ripped off badly. Heinrich Smith says yes. Philip Carl Roberts. They could put Ortiz versus Finkel on the undercard. They're the same age. Oh, gosh. All right. Okay. All right. Let's stop sharing. Okay. This thing ain't really cooperating with me. certain things I would like to do. But it ain't really. But I got some ideas. Hold on. Let me try a couple things. Let me try and see if I can work this thing out. Most peculiar, mama. Most peculiar. Open sesame. Open the damn thing. Let me try again. Let me try that again. Choose application. Choose application. Okay. Yeah, that's the application. All right. This thing ain't cooperating. Okay, let's get back into. Okay, so where are we? Let's scroll on down. Smash the like, excellente. You'll be lucky. I'm buying the 5 for 100. Yeah, you're being overcharged over there. Martin, yeah, that's right. Philip Carl Roberts nailed it. It is on the undercard is Martin versus Washington. That's the Fury Wilder undercard. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, Fury Wilder. There they are. That's what I want. That's what I was looking for. Okay, let's see what's going down. This fight is better than AJ versus Ruiz, though. It's better than AJ versus Ruiz. I don't know. Well, if that was the biggest upset of the decade, then was it not the biggest comeback of the decade? I don't know. It's hypothetical. We're dealing in hypotheticals here. Yeah, Martin v. Washington. That's the one. Yeah, Philip Carl Roberts says I'll be streaming it due to a vow I made on all Wilder fights since he ran away from the 120 mil. Well, he did run away from it. He ran away from the money. So what can you say? If a man runs away from the money, what can you say? Yes, Wild Soul in the building. Yes. Tyan Booth's channel has been shut down. I've been informed, and I've looked for it, and I can't see it. So I'm gonna have to assume that it's true. Nicole BT up in the building. How you doing, Nicole? Good to have you. Where we at? Cal L up in the building. Tyan was a bit close to the bone sometimes. But banning him from YouTube for what? Being a comedian? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, Tyan Booth's been taken out by YouTube. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. I mean, yeah, the guy was close to the knuckle. But to me, to X him out just like that, just because he's making, he's bringing the funny. They're just going to X him out like that. What the hell? That's crazy. That is absurd. Absolutely absurd. What happened to freedom of speech? Exactly. What the hell happened to freedom of speech? It's utterly crazy. Let me head over to Twitter. We're going to talk about the fights, etc. But this just cropped up. What do you mean sign up? Is this thing having a laugh? This thing playing with me? But I got to log in. And I can't even remember the login thing. I got to check out certain things to get the login thing. Let's just have a look. Tyan Booth. Which one's real? Which one's real? Where's the search? Search Twitter. I'm trying to search Twitter. Tyan Booth YouTube. Okay, seen something here. We know the channel's down, but I was looking for some kind of, let me share. I was looking for some kind of official statement. What have I got? What am I seeing here? Tyan Boo's YouTube channel has been terminated. I'm not that shocked, but I'm a bit shocked. What's going on? Has Tyan Boo's YouTube page been taken down? Tom Maltby says, I'm gutted about Tyan Booth being iced from YouTube. This was 37 minutes ago. This is fresh news. This is political, what I don't know about political correctness, but it's censorship for sure. Tyan Booth's YouTube page getting banned just as this Umar stuff is happening. I don't know if there's a connection. What are you trying to say? I don't know if there's a connection. What's going on here?
Fucking convenient. Yeah, how fucking convenient. How fuck.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Tyan Booth getting his YouTube channel deleted. That is some baby thing indeed. That's some baby thing indeed. That's madness. That's utter. That's complete. Hey, no volume. That's complete and utter madness. Okay. Oh, so all of that. Take that off. So you didn't see none of that then? You didn't see none of that. I was talking to myself. I'm still sharing. Okay, hopefully now you'll see it. Tyan Boo's YouTube channel has been terminated. I'm not that shocked, but I am a bit shocked. Damn. Damn.
How?
Yeah. Highly unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. Okay. Let me come out of that. Cal L. Tyan won't be doing well sexually since his channel. Oh, man. Yeah. Yes. Last King of Scotland up in the building. Free Tyan. This is utterly ridiculous. Oh man, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate indeed. So how's your Monday going? Tyan, my friend. I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. I feel for you. Yeah, so guy over in the UK with a YouTube channel used to have a YouTube channel, but unfortunately they shut the guy down. Damn. What happened to free speech indeed? Time Boo channel taken down. It's gone. It's gone. It has gone. Deleted. Bad news. Bad news for boxing. You know, this thing can be, some people act as if this thing is some kind of I don't know. But yeah, you have to enjoy this thing. This thing is to be enjoyed. This thing is to be enjoyed. And one of the guys who made it fun, you see, you have to treasure. You have to treasure the guys who make it fun. And Time Booth was one of those guys. And unfortunately, he has been deleted. He's gone. YouTube channel stricken. Utterly terrible. Utterly terrible. Clearly, more news will emerge. Rendell Stevenson up in the building. Last King of Scotland up in the building. Heinrich Schmitz. So yeah, that's real unfortunate news. Sorry I had to be the bearer of bad news, ladies and gentlemen. But obviously we'll have to see how that develops. But you've got the news first here. Tyne Booth's channel has been deleted. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like for adults. It's for adults, so adults can enjoy it. I don't get it. It's madness. Okay, so let's crack on with the show. Okay, what are we looking at? Chad Mullen. Who the hell is Chad Mullen? How are you, Chad Mullen? I got somebody called Chad Mullen in the background. Yeah, just write something in the chat. Chad Mullen. Write something in the chat. Introduce yourself to the people. Okay, we're going to our first topic. Our second topic. Let's have a look what we got. Okay, we got a juicy one. We got a nice juicy one before we go into the fights, or do we go into the fights now? No. Let's go into this. Let's warm into the fights. Share that like so. Okay, so Alejandra Jimenez. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, we're good. Right, so Alejandra Jimenez has been suspended for 90 days and had her win overturned by the Texas Boxing Commission. Okay, so Alejandra Jimenez has still been afforded the opportunity to clear her name. It will now be required in order to restore her previously announced title win. The two-division and for now current unified 168-pound title list remains the subject of an ongoing investigation over the recent drug test results surrounding her January 11 title fight versus Franchon Cruz Dezern. Okay, Mexico's Jimenez claimed a 10-round decision in their DAZN stream bout at the Alamodrome in San Antonio, Texas, with the official verdict since overturned to a no decision by Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation on Monday. Okay, the fallout okay, we know what the fallout stems from. Today, the only action taken by Jimenez other than claiming contamination and providing 2 clean tests dated December 15 and January 11 was to request her B sample be opened and tested. B samples. Okay, cool. So she has opted for February the 19th. Jimenez has opted for a date of February the 19th to have a B sample tested, stating that it's the only date where she can be present. Okay, so February 19th, they're going to test. They're going to open the B sample for Jimenez. Baltimore's Cruz Dezern tested negative on all 3 occasions for all 3 tests. Okay. So, what's going on here? What's going on here? Okay, so yeah, effectively, if the original result is upheld, that means the ban. Then this suspension will still stand for Jimenez. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so that's the long and the short of it. Alejandra Jimenez suspended for 90 days. And obviously that will be extended if it's proven or if it's shown when her B sample is tested. If that comes back dirty as well, then boom. Obviously that period will be extended. So this is just a provisional 90 days suspension. I'll take it from there once the B sample has been tested. Okay, so where are we at now? Don ZB in the building. It was all in good humor. He was never racist or incited hatred, so no cause to ban him. Yeah. To us talking about Tyan Booth. Philip Carl Roberts says she looks like a guy with a bra. Damn. Damn. Okay. So yeah, Chad Mullen. Yeah, just write something in the chat. Get involved in the chat, Chad. Get involved in the chat. Okay. Right. Looks like a dude in a bra. Damn. What? Usyk injured again? Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Do that live. Alexander Usyk. Let me have a look for that live. Alexander Usyk. News. What? What the hell? How did I not see this? How did I not see this? Don ZB in the building. How you doing, Don?
How you doing, Rafi? Good, good. It's a sunny
I'm
day.
good, man. What'd you say?
It's a sunny day, man. Praise
It's
God.
it's a sunny day over there. It's been a cold, snowy day over here.
I mean, it's cold here, but because I'm in Vegas, it's sunny.
Yeah. Oh, it's sunny still. Yeah, man. It's been cold and snowy, but you know, we're all alive. It's all good. The news coming in is that Alexander Usyk and Derek Chisora. What is it? Hold on. Yo, just mute your mic when you're not talking, Dan. You got some background wind sound. Alexander Usyk injury delays Derek Chisora's pay-per-view fight again. Yeah, and this is the 10th of February. This is new news. How the hell did I not know? Well, I didn't know it because I just got home from work a couple of hours ago. That's why I didn't know. But this is crazy. This is madness. Okay, so the report goes: Alexander Usyk and Derek Chisora are to battle it out in a heavyweight fight. Yeah, we all know about that. We've learned that Usyk and Chisora were going to collide on March the 28th live on Sky. This is due to it's been pushed back until at least May. So it was supposed to happen at 28th of March, and now it's going to be May. This is due to an elbow injury suffered by we know his former cruiserweight, yeah. April has now been ruled out. March, April, May. So 2 months. Going to be pushed back for likely to be 2 months. Damn. European welterweight title clash. European welterweight title clash between David Avasyan and Josh Kelly has since taken the place on that date. This is crazy. Shocking. Whatever happens, Usyk versus Chisora is heading to a late spring date. But the price Usyk versus Chisora will be made available at is a mystery at this point. A hike was green-lighted by Sky and Eddie Hearn last year. Fans were asked to pay £24.95, pretty much £25, for Joshua's return with Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. Sky and Hearn could choose to stick to the £25 for an extended run, alternatively revert back to the old £19.95. All will be revealed when the fight is officially finalized. You see, and that's my point. That's my point with this this price hike. That's my point with this price hike that we've seen with Joshua versus Ruiz. My point was: is this the new price range? Is this the new price for a PPV? Couldn't get no answer. And now that Fury and Wilder have gone to the £24.95, £25. My question remains: is this the new pay-per-view price? Don ZB.
Yes, it is the new price because Eddie Hearn came over to America and he figured out, we could actually increase price and people would still buy, So I guess that is the new price. Now, do not blame Wilder. Do not blame Frank Warren. Eddie Hearn started it all.
What Frank Warren and Wilder, Warren, Fury, they're over at BT, over in the UK. They're over at BT. That's got nothing to do with Sky. My question remains: is this a nice transfer to Frank Warren? Because he's next. He's up next. They'll put the price up too. The same as Sky. My question remains to them guys: Is this the new price? Yeah, they put the price up too.
It probably is. Eddie
It
Hearn
looks
and
like
Sky started it, so if you want to blame anybody, you should start there.
well, Warren didn't have to follow suit. He didn't have to follow suit, but it looks like he's jumped right on it. He's jumped right on it. And when you know PBC, they're not known, Don ZB, for having strong undercards. So if Eddie Hearn says, well, listen, we're known for having strong undercards, if he can say that, then fine. But PBC, can they say that? Do they have strong undercards?
Okay, we already have Wilder Fury as the main event. We already know one of the undercards is a competitive fight. I'm not saying they are the best fighters, but it's competitive because in my book is one bomb against another bomb,
Two
and they are
bumps.
both equal bombs. Yeah,
Equal
because
bumps.
y'all do that in the UK though. You put Chisora with another bomb because Chisora is
Chisora's a
a
bump.
journeyman.
Chisora's a
No.
bump.
I wouldn't say Chisora is a bomb. He's a fighter of a certain level. If you don't meet or exceed that level, he would destroy you. You know? So I'm not gonna go that far and say he's a bum, but he's definitely a journeyman. He's never gonna be champ.
Well, he's better. It seems like he's better now than he was before.
Um,
Seems like he's resurrected.
no, it seems more of like he's remained stagnant because most people that get knocked out, they come back and they are not the same. They are below what they previously was. And
Don't matter.
Chisora, he's maintained that standard whether he gets knocked out or not. He comes
look-
back and he fights to the
Yeah.
end.
He looks better now. He looks better now than he did a few years ago. We thought his career was over a few years ago, but we've seen him go. We've seen him go the distance with Dillian Whyte once, and seen him get knocked out at the very end of their second fight. So it seems like, and Dillian Whyte, as you know, is the #1 WBC contender for the championship. So he's going in there, and he's going toe to toe with the WBC number 1 ranked contender. So that my friend, that he may have been around a long time, but his career has been resurrected. There's no doubt about that. Dillian Whyte's career has been resurrected by his performances. He's fighting better now. It's the second coming of Chisora, Derek Chisora.
Yeah, but right now the main problem, okay, talking about PBC, we already know Washington and Prince Charles are fighting. That's gonna be an interesting fight. Don't you think so?
Washington and Charles Martin.
Yeah.
That's going to be on the undercard. That's the on the undercard of Fury versus Wilder 2. Wilder versus Fury 2. That's the main.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the main,
So we know there are
the main
two
supporting-
good fights there.
That's the main
So
support.
we know.
That's the main supporting fight.
No, they did not say. They didn't say that. They said that was on the undercard. They didn't say it's the co-main event.
No, I said the main supporting fight.
No. That's the only fight that we know is on that card.
Okay, Phil Walker, you tried to get on, but it says your device was not connected, so I couldn't patch you through. So yeah, man, just try and come again, my friend. Try and come again. Get Big Texas up in the building. Well, as far as I can see, that's the fight they're announcing. That's a heavyweight fight. That's it. Yes. Phil Walker up in the building. How you doing, Phil? Let Phil get a chance. Phil's muted at the moment. Let him get a chance to settle in. Charles Martin versus Phil Walker in the building.
What's up, fellas? What's up? What's up, man? I hear
Yeah,
y'all talking
man.
about Dillian
What's
Whyte.
up, Phil?
What's up, brother?
Dillian Whyte.
Hey,
Well,
look, let me tell you
yeah,
something
we talk.
real quick though.
Yeah.
There's, you know what, man? I've been paying attention,
Yeah.
and what he's done right here, man. You know, we don't come out and let fighters know, you know, how excited and proud of them that we are, that they can, you know, have a second career like he's having at the moment. You know, I think he's more focused now than he's ever been, and I think he's performing better than he ever has. So, you know, man, you know, shots out there.
Yeah, man.
I'm really focused, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, man. Your signal's a bit patchy there, Phil Walker, but I got the gist of what you're saying. You're saying that Derek Chisora has had a resurgence in his career. An impressive resurgence in his career, and I have to I concur. I concur. Derek Chisora now looks like he's at the peak of his career. I mean, we thought he was finished. Thought he was finished years ago, but sometimes guys rededicate themselves to the sport, and quite frankly, I think Derek Chisora right now is perhaps better than he's ever been. This is probably the best he's ever been, better than he was before. This is a better Derek Chisora. You know, he's giving the WBC #1 contender, is giving him that work. And you know, so that tells you that there, and plus I think he's moved up. I think he's moved up into the top 10 in different organizational bodies. If I'm not mistaken, I certainly know that he's in the top rec. He's in the box rec top 10. Let me just check to make sure I am correct. Let me make sure Derek Chisora is up in the top 10. Is he? Yeah, he's in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my guy. Hey, look, that's my favorite UK heavyweight, man.
Yeah.
Derek Chisora, man. I just like his story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and he, you know, at the end of the day, you know, he got a few screws loose every now and then, you know, but at the end of the day, even he's trying to change that as well as his performance. You know, it's like he's grown up. You know, he's evolved into a different fighter altogether, inside the ring and outside of the ring with his antics, man. You know, so big shouts out to him.
Hell yeah. Derek Chisora's on a resurgence. Did you hear that? Did you hear, Don Zeeby? Did you hear that Alexander Usyk is injured again?
I just heard, man, and I'm tired, bro.
Yeah.
For real. So he's gonna come back and fight a sponge dude. Like, come on, man.
He's gonna come back and do what?
He's gonna come back and fight a tune-up fight. Someone on Sponge's
No.
level.
No. He's talking about Chisora. He's fighting Chisora next.
Yes, well, you just pulled up an article that said he's injured, right?
The fight's delayed for at least 2 months.
Okay, all right. We'll see. That was the same thing they said about Carlos Takam. Yeah. That was the same thing. They said they first postponed the fight and then they changed the opponent.
Okay, so you think it won't? You think it might not be? You might not be Chisora.
I mean, it might not be, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. You know, I'm just tired. Like, I've been trying to see him fight like a top heavyweight for like a little over a year right now, and he's still doing the same bullshit. BS.
Okay.
I mean, look, let me tell you something. You know, I don't know if he may be injured. They said the fight's gonna be delayed for you said
Around
2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah, I heard 6 to 8 weeks is what I heard. So that's about 2 months.
Yeah.
So I mean, with that being said, I mean maybe he's buying, maybe Matchroom is buying them some time, man, so they can try to see how everything's gonna shake out and how they can plan accordingly. I mean, I don't know, man. I've heard worse conspiracy theories. I'm just saying.
Buying him some more time for what?
I mean, just to kind of see how the heavyweight division is gonna shake out in general. It's been a lot of talk about mandatories. You want to see what might happen with Fury, Wilder 2. You still got Andy Ruiz is up in limbo. We don't know what he's going to do. It's a lot of unanswered questions in the heavyweight division right now. And, with that being said, why not him? It's unanswered questions with him as well. As far as who he's going to fight next, where does he fit in all of this? So with that being said, they could be buying themselves some time to formulate a plan to really know how they want to do with his career. I mean, I'm just thinking outside of the box.
Oh, you think they want to do a little shuffle? They might do a little shuffle. Yeah,
I do think they might do a little shuffle. I do think they can possibly do a little shuffle. Because at the end of the day, as much as people criticize Eddie and Barry Hearn and Matchroom, those guys always have ulterior motives that aren't seen until they are. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes things kind of fall in a certain kind of way for those guys that make you say, man, what is going on exactly? So, with that being said, if he is really, really injured, I hope he gets well soon, and I hope he, and I just hope that if he is injured, he gets well soon, and we can see him get in there with a quality opponent.
Yeah. So who do you think that might want to slip in instead of Chisora? You think yeah. That's Phil. Yeah.
Look, and a lot of people are talking about a lot of this different stuff. And look, this is just me spitballing. They've been saying that they have a big announcement to make over here in PBC with Andy Ruiz. Okay? I'm thinking maybe the big announcement, maybe the better fight, maybe a good introduction. It could be Andy Ruiz versus Usyk. I don't know. That don't sound bad to me. I love to see it.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Who else would Andy Ruiz fight that could possibly be a big announcement? Nobody. He's not going to fight Dillian Whyte.
Well, if he fights Dillian Whyte, he becomes number one in the one-to-one contender in the WBC. Don ZB. If Ruiz fights Dillian Whyte, he becomes number one contender in the WBC. What more could a man ask for?
I mean, he said
what's the
Dillian Whyte ducked, right? He said Dillian Whyte ducked, right?
Ducked what?
The fight.
Ducked the fight by offering him a fight?
Yeah. You talking about Andy Ruiz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Dillian Whyte did not want to fight, so he went a different route.
Hold on a second. I'm asking you a question. So you're saying, or he's saying, that Dillian Whyte ducked a fight by offering him a fight. How does that work? How does that work?
According to Andy Ruiz, he wanted to fight Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte is scared, and so he's going a different direction.
But I'm asking you the question, how does that work? If I make you an offer, 2 million in the UK, 5 million in the US, I've made you an offer. So how
do you know Dillian Whyte made an offer?
No, Matchroom. Okay. Here we go. Go. Okay. So Matchroom, make the offers. Okay. So Matchroom made an offer to Andy Ruiz Jr. He acknowledges that. Okay. Made more than one offer. He acknowledges that. Andy Ruiz Jr. declined the offers.
Okay, he said now he wanted 10.
That is the situation as it stands. So now explain to me how Dillian Whyte ducked Andy Ruiz by making him multiple offers. Explain that to me, please. I don't understand.
I can't explain it to you because
Please.
I wasn't there. Andy Ruiz said Dillian Whyte did not want to fight.
He
I'm
made
telling
the
you
offer.
what he said.
He made the offer. Offers, more than one.
So you tell me why the fight wasn't made.
Because Andy Ruiz declined the offers.
So
If you
look,
say
Ralph, let me
so,
ask you
man.
something.
All right. Okay.
Look, is AJ going to vacate the belt for Usyk?
Is he going to vacate? We don't know yet. Because if Usyk can't fight, then why does the belt need to be vacated? We don't know yet.
Exactly. So that goes into what I think my spitballing is. If Usyk can't fight, then why would AJ need to vacate? That's perfect. That's perfect for basketball.
Yeah.
Right. That's perfect for AJ.
But what's in that for Usyk? What's in that for Usyk?
What's in that for Usyk is a guaranteed fight with AJ down the line.
Okay.
That's what's in it for Usyk. But still, at the same time, listen to this right here. Okay, let's just say AJ does have to vacate, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So AJ has to vacate. They slip in Andy Ruiz instead of Derek Chisora. Okay. Guess what? Andy Ruiz still has a chance to fight for a belt and still gets a good payday instead of fighting for a spot to where he just becomes the #1 ranked guy in the WBC.
So who would Andy Ruiz be fighting?
Andy Ruiz would slip in and he would fight Usyk. That's if AJ has to vacate the belt. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on. The problem with that is that PBC then come into the fold. So why would Subskrilla, why would Eddie Hearn allow PBC another crack? Andy Ruiz's PBC another crack at the belt. Subskrilla.
I mean, look.
No, I'm going around the table. Subskrilla.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even realize we had other people in there.
Yeah, man, we got a few. Subskrilla. Where's Subskrilla? Oh, he's muted. He's not here. EJ Boxing Live up in the building.
Yes, Mr. Raphael Dawkins and company. Phil. Yeah, boy. I let Michael Buffer give me the introduction in.
Hi, this is Michael Butler. Let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
There you go. Hey, so what we talking about? We get what we getting? Who we getting in on? Who we getting in on today? Who we getting in on?
Well, you've heard about Tyan Booth. You've heard his channel's been scrubbed. You heard that, don't you?
Whose channel?
Tyan Booth.
Oh, yeah, he too many violations, man. Too many violations. That man was saying some hectic stuff, bro. You can't be saying stuff like what he was saying about people's wives, talking about people like that. You know what? That's what you call cyberbullying, man. You know what I mean? I'm not sad he's gone. The guy was he was a failed pro, and he used his channel to vent his anger instead of putting what he's angry in the ring. He had a chance against Chris Eubank. He looked all right. He was all right, but he weren't serious. And those people like that, but negativity sells on YouTube. So he's gone. I don't miss him. That's what I'm saying. But I know, like, I don't miss him. I'm not really a fan of people going in on other people who work hard for their living and got where they got. You know what I mean? I'm not really on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit there, watch them people. You're a troll. He doesn't even mind if his channel's gone. He might build another one and start bombing on people. Man's talking about people's wives, bro. Come on.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Man, them catch you. Man, catch you on road. You see, you're in America. Talk about Terence Crawford's wife. Then he talk about Cougar's legs. IFL. Yeah, but you see, it's funny though. This is right. Raph, what's this, Raphael? It's funny because it's not me and you. It's not me and you, right? But when it's let's say Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio TV blows up, and now you're on his radar. Now you're on my man's radar. What's now? I see how you go on, Raph. You're like, yo, you're treating like you treat Umar. You know, not Umar. Hamid. You're treating like you treat Hamid. You be like, yo, it's war. You see what I'm saying? I understand this. You see, I have empathy for other souls on the planet here. That if one guy is going in, I know it's all right. Oh yeah, that's funny. But when it becomes you, it's like, yo. That's so true. I got no mercy on him. But what we talking? We talking about deals. We talking about deals. What we saying about?
What have you heard that? Alexander Usyk is injured again?
You don't want it in it, man. Don't want it, man. Man don't want it. I see people fight injured. I see people fighting one arm. You fight Derek. See Derek Chisora fight, yeah. That whole thing with Derek Chisora, that's a mismatch anyway. So I don't know why Derek. It's like Derek was gonna get cashed out. It's like a payday pay-per-view, and Derek's gonna be Derek's is was it Swanton song or whatever you call that thing there?
Swanton.
Yeah. That's what it's like. I mean, Usyk, to be fair, in the heavyweight division. Yeah, let's look here on record, right? He fought Chaz Witherspoon, and Chaz gave him that work, and Chaz only fought 1 day notice.
That's why I'm saying, how is it so much of a mismatch?
No, but what it should be a mismatch. No, what I'm saying on paper, it should be Chaz.
Yeah, on paper,
But he's a heavyweight division, and what it is that Derek wants the fight. It's not like Chaz wanted the fight. Chaz took the fight out of thing, and Chaz realized, I wasn't even that bad. Chaz didn't even know confidence. Then in the fight, he gained confidence. Derek saw that and said, yo, I want to fight you. And then that man is like, well, Usyk is our prized possession. He's a cruiserweight, and Derek wants to fight. Now, Derek, listen, real talk, Usyk should beat him, but I never rate Usyk. And if there was going to be an upset, that would be the case there. But what I'm saying is, if he's injured and he doesn't want to fight, he can do what he wants. Like Derek has to sit and wait, or Derek needs to go fight someone else. I'm not really bothered in terms of I'm not really putting my eyes on Usyk as heavyweight. The man's in the heavyweight division. He's 30-something years of age. You ain't making no waves. My eyes are crossed over into the UK. I'm looking at Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. So I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying? And some of them other guys. But I would have liked to see how Usyk would have fit into that picture. But maybe what Phil said is got some levity to it, because he doesn't have to fight Derek. He doesn't have to fight thingy, and he could see the winner out of AJ, see what AJ does. Maybe he's going to get opportunity to fight AJ straight away. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it don't make sense fighting Derek when I can maybe fight AJ straight away and take AJ. So I really think that what Phil said has some really good gravity, and Matchroom, they do devious stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not really buying the injury when you don't need to fight Derek Chisora, who wants to fight, and AJ doesn't really want to fight Alexander Usyk. He doesn't really want to. I believe he wins the fight, but a lot of people like Mr. Bashir and other people say that, well, when they sparred back in the Klitschko camp, Usyk gave all of them that work. Now, I'm one of these players now who don't really put too much stock in sparring, you know what I mean? Because there's circumstances.
Hold on a second. Before let me cut you, because I need to get to Sub Skrilla to keep it circulating. And then I need to get back to Phil Walk, because I know he's at work soon. So we're going to rotate a few times. Okay. So, Sub Skrilla, what's your take on these unfolding topics?
What's good, man?
How you doing, Sub Skrilla? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just disappointed with the injury, obviously, again.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan of Usyk. But he's coming down with these injuries. Is he even built for the heavyweights? I'm going to have to ask you. Is he built for this?
Yeah, because normally he cuts weight to make cruiserweight, and he doesn't come in as a heavyweight, particularly heavy. But some of it is probably the training. Like I was saying earlier, I know, for example, with the bicep injury, there was a lot of video when he was going to heavyweight. He was hanging out a lot with his name slips my mind. It's one of the Ukrainian Olympic weightlifters, and he was doing a lot of workouts, weightlifting and stuff with him. And I think that's how he maintained the first injury and stuff. So some of it just might be preparation. But I see Vizio and that in the chat saying, he ducked Takam, this and that. Yeah. But to just counter that fight wasn't even finalized when he got injured. And on top of that, Takam actually signed with who was it, 5-Star Promotions or someone.
Yeah, some other
And so
promoter.
he ended up just making different plans anyway. It's not like Usyk refused to fight him or anything like that.
Yeah, but my question to you, my question to you, Subscriller, is that now he's gone up to heavyweight. I understand your point that he's cutting weight to make cruiserweight, but now he's gone up to heavyweight. Clearly, it seems if he's lifting weights, he's trying to put on some lean tissue. And while he's trying to put on this lean tissue, it ain't working for his body. He's saying no. His body's saying no, Subscriller. That's what it seems like to me.
It really depends on the type of training that he's doing in there, really, because we don't know exactly how the elbow injury is maintained, whether it's from weightlifting, whether it's from something not even related to his actual training, if you know what I mean.
Yep. That can happen.
But he's still unknown quantity at heavyweight. Like, I think
he's an unknown entity.
It's a risky fight for him. Like,
yeah, I think so. I think so as well.
Especially if Derek comes in there walking him down. Do you know what I mean?
Especially if he comes in walking him down. So I'm gonna have to go around. I'm gonna have to go to Phil Walker right now because I know he's gonna have to shoot out for work. Phil Walker.
Yeah, just to add on to what Sub Skrilla was saying. Look, let me tell you something. Usyk, right? Again, he's unproven at the heavyweight division, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I like him as a fighter. I like him as a talent. But when you have a Derek Chisora, okay, coming in to fight you, and you know exactly what he's gonna do. It's no secret. He's coming at your neck because his philosophy is, guess what? I don't want to leave it to the judges. I don't want it to go to decision. I don't want none of that to go down. Guess what? I want to knock you out. Either you're gonna knock me out, or I'm gonna knock you out. And I think right now, that's probably in the back of Usyk's mind. And you know, with that being said, he can absolutely 100% outbox Derek Chisora fairly easy, I think. But still, if Chisora is able to get inside of him, is able to walk him down, I think he's going to be in trouble. So with that being said, I think part of his training regimen is to put on some lean tissue, as you mentioned earlier, Ralph. So I just think right now, again, and to what EJ said, he's a fighter that's in the heavyweight division. So, you know, it's a lot of unanswered questions about this guy. And I think, honestly, like I said, I think they're buying some time to find out where does he actually fit in this mix, how he's going to prep his body to fight these bigger guys. And you know, and so what? So, but at the end of the day, he's a skillful fighter. And I think he has the ability to adapt. But he has to stay injury free.
Yeah, he has to stay injury free. Don ZB, and move back around to you. What you take? What you feeling? What's going on, Don?
Yeah, Usyk, man, everything's basically been said. Usyk is a skillful fighter, but he hasn't done nothing in the heavyweight division, and he needs to fight someone good, you know. But when we're done with this, I got a question for everybody. So
I think we're done. I think we're done with that. So let's go down ZB. Oh, but we gotta answer your question first. No, we have to answer your question first. You alleged that that Dillian Whyte ducked the punts, and I've shown you clearly that the offers were sent from Matchroom, which were acknowledged by Andy Ruiz's side. So in no way did Dillian Whyte duck the punts. Before you, I'm gonna take that around the table and let you finish your feelings on that, and then you can ask your question. So over to EJ Boxing. Andy Ruiz said that Dillian Whyte ducked him. EJ Boxing.
Hey, listen, you know, I don't know if people know what the punts means in the UK, boy.
Yeah,
asking for money, but the punts is hilarious now. But listen, if he
hold on. Let's be clear about that. What you just said is a good. You summed it up nicely. In the UK, this is for our international listeners. Andreas the Punts Ruiz. That's his middle name. That's his real name. The Punts. Yeah. Andreas the Punts Ruiz. The punts in the UK. What that means is someone who sponges off another.
Yes.
So he wants to take from another without putting any work in.
Absolutely.
And that is the meaning of the punts over here in the UK. But EJ Boxing, back to you.
Yeah, the punts is punting around, man. I mean, see, the thing is, Dillian's called him out. I don't know what prices has gone for. I thought it would be a good fight. I would love to see it, but I don't understand. When Andy Ruiz is you know, he sometimes he says some stuff, and I just like, but why are you saying that? It's like, yo, we need a rematch after Anthony Joshua. I think he needs to fight me, man. He didn't stand with me. He should have stood and fight me. And it's like, oh yeah, I let everyone down. I was overweight, and then he'll say something. No, so he's becoming uncredible as time goes on. Dillian Whyte was a credible fight. The money, whatever the money was, you should have took the fight and say, yo, I need to get back on the horse. I need to show everyone that I'm still a fighter. But you're pouncing around. You're literally pouncing around, man. So I can't take him seriously. And Dillian dragging his name all through Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really take any stock of what he's saying. You know, he's been saying I've been an amateur and this and that. I'm better amateur than Anthony Joshua. But hold on a minute, I never saw you in the Olympics. You didn't win a gold medal. I saw Anthony Joshua win a gold medal. But at the same time, you were saying you're better than him, and people fall into that stock. They were, because he was the champion at the time. But when you're not the champion, your words don't mean nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I look at him, and I don't really put too much stock into what he's saying. But he has the right to speak. But I don't really put nothing in it.
Damn. So moving over to Subskrilla.
Yeah, man. Like the only people that know really are the punts and Dillian, obviously, but we've seen nothing really other than a tweet that kind of says anything that Dillian ducked. What we know, the only thing we know is he sent 2 offers.
Yeah.
We don't know, for example, if Ruiz and his team counter offered that and Whyte was having none of it. We don't know anything past that. We literally don't know anything past that other than the offer was declined. That's it in a nutshell. So everything points to Ruiz not wanting it until we see something else, until some kind of receipts are pulled up. As simple as that.
Yeah, the 2 offers were made. At least 2 offers were made. One for the UK, one for the UK at 2 million. One for the USA at 5 million. No mention of any counter offers from the PBC side,
which is strange to me.
Well, it's not strange to me, because when do the PBC are not known for counter offers? I mean, Dillian has apparently made several offers to Ortiz. We didn't see any counter offers coming back from PBC.
So I wonder if Ruiz just thinks that the offer is laughable, and in that sense he feels that Dillian's not serious about the fight.
Yeah, that's what I think he's saying. I think Ruiz is saying that basically, you offer me, Andy the Punch Ruiz, 2 million to come to the UK. Do you know who I am? I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. So you gotta offer me more than that. 5 million for the USA? Are you kidding me? I made 10, 11 million for my last fight. Why should I take 5 million from you? So it's kind of wordplay, I think, on the part of Ruiz. But anyway, Phil Walker.
Look, man, let me tell you something. This. Look, I'm gonna put this the best way I can. Success is not always good for everybody. Okay, some people know how to take success, and they know how to elevate it, make themselves more successful.
Success don't suit everybody, Phil.
Exactly. And some people know how to take success, and it becomes self-destruction to them. Yeah. Okay. With that being said, Andy Ruiz is a good fighter. He's a talented fighter. But at the end of the day, when you get a payday like he got against Anthony Joshua in 2 fights, guess what? All that's going to do eliminate who he is as a character and his personality. Andy Ruiz is a diva at the end of the day. Okay? He's a diva. I'm being honest, and I like Ruiz, but he's a diva.
He's a diva.
At the end of the day, he's a diva. Okay? He's taking that success that he's had, and he's let it corrupt his mind. You can't always believe your own hype. You can't always believe your own hype, because at the end of the day, he was fortunate enough to get a fight with Anthony Joshua the first time. he was fortunate enough to make the money that he made in the two tour. And guess what? Sometimes you have to be humble and realize, hey, that was a great opportunity that was presented to me. I capitalized off of it. Now it's time for me to go and rebuild. But when you're a diva, you don't have that mindset. And right now, I think Andy Ruiz is not in that mindset that he actually has to rebuild. You cannot build your career off of one win. You have to build your career off of several wins. And that goes for every boxer in the heavyweight division, with that being said.
Yes. Every boxer in every division. You got to build up your resume. You got to have a strong resume. You got to have a list of top contenders on your resume to even make claim that you are a top guy. Don ZB.
Well, I guess Ruiz ducked, so yeah, that's it for me. But I wanted to ask, like, why did Big John Fury want to cry when David Hayes said Wilder knocks Fury out if Fury stands? Why?
How do I think that fight goes? I thought Fury was gonna.
No. I'm asking why Big John Fury wanted to cry.
I'm answering the question, bro. I'm answering the question.
He didn't want to cry. He looked like he wanted to fucking kill him, man.
Yeah, no swearing, Subscriller, please. No swearing, please. Okay.
Sorry,
so,
watershed.
Yeah. Well, it's just I just trying to keep it clean over here. So we seen what happened to Tyan Booth. You know, YouTube are going crazy. And I like the show to be you should be able to have your nan and your daughter listening to the show at the same time. That's how I design it. So it's kind of just my wish. But anyway, what I'm saying is, the first fight I thought Fury was gonna win, surprise everybody and win. Just had a feeling, I had a gut feeling. That's on type over there at TBV land. That's on type. I call my prediction. And the second fight, how do I feel about the second fight? I think he's gonna get nothing. I think Wilder's gonna knock him out. Do I want Wilder to knock him out? Not particularly. No, not particularly. But I think that's what's gonna happen. I think both guys like a rematch, so they're equal in those stakes. So what the rematch? I think Fury can box better. Yes, A, and B, I think Wilder can tag Fury better. So both guys can do what they do better in the rematch. But if Fury boxes better, that means he wins on points. If Wilder connects better, that means Fury gets knocked out. I just think the odds, even though everything's even, things are very even at the bookies, I just think the odds favor Wilder in this one. John Fury, why is he there? Why did he look like he wanted to cry, as Don DB said? I think it's his dad. He's passionate for his son. He said himself, his son put this family on the map. You know, that's how much Tyson means to John. Tyson Fury put the Furies on the map. And so he's just very, very passionate. He's not there to be objective. They're not paying him to be, BT aren't paying him to be objective and say, well, this could happen or that could happen. No, they're paying him for his passion. They're paying him to do exactly what he does and say exactly what he says in the manner in which he does it. He's his dad, and he's very passionate about his son. He's very passionate about boxing. And so he's just passionate. EJ Boxing. Why did John Fury look like he wanted to cry?
I haven't seen it. I'm just listening. I haven't seen it because
it's just a little clip. It's just a little clip with it where he's with David A. David A. says he thinks Wilder's gonna knock Fury out, and John Fury's like, listen, I bet you 50,000 pounds, 50,000 pounds that Tyson outboxes him. I think that's what he said. And then he went to 100,000 pounds.
He said he's gonna stop him.
Yeah. So my lad, he's gonna stop.
He was betting that Deontay Wilder would crack. That's what he was betting with Hay over. He said, I bet you 100 grand Deontay Wilder cracks.
He's gonna crack. He's gonna crack under the pressure. My lad won't crack under the pressure. But
Is it? He bet David. Did David Hay accept it?
No.
This is one of the funniest bits, right? David Hay says, "No, I don't bet."
I'm not.
The man was just in a poker tournament.
Yeah, he would have took his money because Fury did outbox him. Fury, he would have. I don't know if
he's
he was cracked.
gonna crack. He says Wilder's gonna crack.
Well, what
John
did
Fury
crack? He
thinks
did
so.
crack. He did crack. I mean, what crack is that? You losing? I don't understand that. Is what I mean losing composure, losing the fight.
Yeah, losing the plot.
Yeah, but Wilder always throws the Alabama slammers, like the Alabama windmills. So he does that all the time. That ain't nothing new. But if you're talking about winning the fight, then most people think Wilder should win the fight. I mean, that's no thing. I mean, you could. That's I don't understand that one, Luke. I mean, you have to be more Pacific, bro. Like, because when it comes to betting that amount of money, I say you need to be more Pacific, mate. You know what I mean? What do you mean? What round we saying? What we saying? What we saying? Like, be more Pacific. What you saying? Are you gonna say your boy's gonna win the fight? I mean, crack. I mean, boy, that man language is crack. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I know what crack. If I punch someone in the face, I crack you in your face. You know what I'm gonna say to you? You see what I'm saying? Hey, them man, they got different language here. You get me? But anyway,
vague.
Yeah, it's very vague. Exactly. David sitting there. Don't want to put himself out there like that. Even though he'll take the money, he said, "Nah, I don't want it." I would have taken the money. I would have said, "Yeah, go ahead, he's gonna crack. I'll bet you as well." But anyway, I don't know too much. Anyway, if you're looking at a prediction on that, he's emotionally attached because he can't be there because he got a criminal record. Because my man was selling drugs and them thing there, so he can't even be there. And his brother
got the record for gouging out the man's eye.
Is it gouging? Oh, he's not. Oh, the brother's got the drug thing. All right,
the brother's got the drug thing.
Okay, yeah. He was a right fighter before Henry Uncle one day, but still, it's a shame that he can't be there. But it's funny though, because Fury's doing his thing right now, and coming into the fight, that's the fight. That's like the big fight so far we want to see. So in terms of that, it's just something to build the fight, and we look forward to a great fight. I look forward. It's a shame it didn't happen straight away, but I'm really look forward to the fight. I don't really pay nothing into that. It's just something to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, Sub Skrilla.
Yeah, they brought up, like you say, Fury, Big John being on there, it's kind of more entertainment value, I guess. It's not, he's never going to be objective when it comes to his son.
Yeah.
Whether that's just he really, really does have that belief in him, or whether he can't, family ties, you can't really say otherwise. But they brought up some interesting points. It was I think the full thing's like 24 minutes or something at the round table with Steve Bunce, Paulie Malignaggi and them.
Yeah.
But they bring up some interesting points, and one of them was about do we think Wilder will be more composed this time? And if he is going to win, I think that's one of the absolute keys for him, because obviously his game plan in the first fight kind of went out the window. He was swinging for the fences quite early on, and that definitely took some wind out of his sails. I don't think we've ever seen him as tired as he was in the Fury fight. And so later on towards kind of the 12th round, it was hard to tell how much the punches Fury was throwing were hurting Wilder and how much of it was just Wilder pure exhaustion at that point. Do you know what I mean? He really emptied out the gas tank. But whereas with Luis Ortiz, he was a lot more patient early on, just kind of riding shots, and then bam.
Yeah.
So if he's more composed this time around, that could be a key to him, to his victory. And I think he will be slightly more composed. I think the occasion of the first one definitely got to him. You know what I mean? It was the biggest event he'd ever been in, first time on pay-per-view. A lot of Fury getting into his head the first time. And I don't think he's doing that as much this time.
No. So what's your prediction for the fight? Who do you think is going to win and how?
Heart says Fury, head has to say Wilder. And if I was a betting man, if I had to put money on it, I think I'd put Wilder between rounds 5 and 8.
Damn. Phil Walker.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. John Fury and Tyson Fury are identical in just the personality. Let me say that first and foremost. He's a very entertaining guy, and again, of course, man, he has an emotional attachment because, of course, that's his son. With that being said, hey, look, it was a great round table. The only person that could give insight on Deontay Wilder was David Hay, considering he had sparred him once before, or several times, and I think David Hay brought up. Several times. I think David Hay brought up some good points in regards to how he think Wilder can win, how Wilder can get better. And other guys brought up some good points as well, how Tyson Fury can win and what Tyson Fury can do to get better. But John Fury, again, man, he's on there for exactly why he's on there. to give his opinions and doesn't care what anybody else says about his opinions.
Mhm.
So with that being said, of course, I'm going with the Bomb Squad to take the W against Tyson Fury. But I do think it is absolutely a 50-50 fight. I mentioned that it was a 50-50 fight the first time because Tyson Fury is the kind of fighter that you cannot, and if you want to be successful, you will not underestimate him because he's going to come to win. And that's a fact. He's proven that throughout his whole career.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see the fight in less than 2.5 weeks. With that being said, guys, I'm about to clock in for work.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
everybody, EJ, Sub Skrilla, Don ZB, much love to the chat. Deuces, man. Peace.
100%. Thanks for making it in. Phil Walker, as per usual, just clocking in with the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio before he clocks in at work. Much appreciation goes out to him. And Don ZB still in the house, so you're gonna like this one, Don. You're gonna like this one. Before I go to chopping up the weekend's fights over in the UK fights, I'll do the American weekend fights on Wednesday show. But today, we've got too many topics, can't fit it into this show. I'll fit it into the Wednesday show. So today, strictly UK weekend fights. But before we do that, before we get to that, we got to get to this. No, not that. Not that at all. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, my bad. Okay, so Dillian Whyte threatens to embarrass Don ZB. Listen carefully. Dillian Whyte threatens to embarrass Deontay Wilder by releasing WBC documents. Whyte vehemently disputes Wilder's claims that he ducked chances to fight him and reckons he has the paperwork to prove it. Over there in America, in those American jails, I heard that, people have to walk around with their paperwork. I heard that you Americans like to see paperwork. So Dillian Whyte is saying that he has got the paperwork and if needs be, seems that Deontay Wilder's been flapping his gums so much that he's going to have to show the WBC paperwork. Okay, so Dillian Whyte has blasted back at Deontay Wilder's claims that he's a liar, and he has threatened to embarrass Deontay Wilder's claim about never wanting to meet him. Okay, so their meeting that never was. Their meeting that that's interesting. Okay, so Wilder claims that Wilder claims that Whyte, who has been waiting for a shot at his WBC strap since 2018, had been handed chances to fight him, but he supposedly took alternative options instead. Okay, the body snatcher allegedly swerved fights against Luis Ortiz and Dominic Breazeale, who went on to face and lose to Deontay Wilder. But Whyte disputed the claims and threatens to release official documentation to back up his side of the story. Okay, so Deontay Wilder needs to relax and behave himself, said the Brixton fighter. The WBC need to speak to him because I'll start publishing documents and then he'll be really, really embarrassed. Whyte reckons he can prove that he formally requested a final WBC eliminator with Breazeale, only for the Californian to pull out for a mandatory fight against Wilder last May instead. The article goes on to say, I was mandated to fight Breazeale and Tyson Fury at my insistence, he continued. We made the fight with Breazeale and the WBC pulled him out to fight Deontay Wilder. How can he say I didn't want to fight Dominic Breazeale? I've also made loads of offers to Ortiz over the years, and he's turned them all down. Facts, not fiction. And he reiterated how much he wants to fight the bronze bomber who takes on Tyson Fury in a couple of weeks' time. I want to fight Deontay Wilder. That's who I want to fight. I don't care about no one else apart from him. And he needs to stop being a coward. He also gives some solid justification for why he should be the man to face Wilder next. I've got a better resume than him, claimed Whyte. I've beaten more world champions than him, and I've been trying to chase him down for over 2 years. Okay, so Don ZB, what say you?
All right. I laughed when Dillian said he got a better resume. But all right, let me tell you exactly what happened. You know, you could do your research and that's exactly what you would find. Wilder told Dillian Whyte, fight Luis Ortiz and I promise you I would fight you. Dillian Whyte refused. The WBC told Dillian Whyte, fight Luis Ortiz and you would get a title shot with the champion. Wilder, Dillian Whyte didn't. He even bluffed, called Luis Ortiz out, and Luis Ortiz said he would pull out of his fight and come to the UK and fight him. Dillian Whyte went on for Derek Chisora Part 2. And then the WBC said, all right, fight Dominic Brazil, and the winner would fight Wilder. This one, Wilder was supposed to fight Fury. But Fury pulled out, and Wilder needed to fight someone, so they pulled Dominic Brazil out and made him fight Wilder. So what does Dillian Whyte mean by he got paperwork? What don't we know?
What he means by that is that he's got paperwork of the offers sent, and paperwork that backs his case from official WBC paperwork. So all the time when Ortiz is saying he never received an offer, I imagine Dillian Whyte saying we have the offers in black.
Dillian Whyte never sent Luis Ortiz an offer. Never.
Okay. And Dillian Whyte is saying that he has paperwork to refute your claims.
So let him produce it then. Let him produce it then. He was actually talking about Dominic Brazil, not Luis.
No,
Ortiz.
he says
Dylan Whyte is
he
scared.
was talking about Luis Ortiz also. He said specifically and clearly in the article, I have sent Luis Ortiz multiple offers.
Okay, we want to see that offer.
Offers.
We want to see that offer.
Multiple,
Okay.
not offers, multiple.
All right, we want to see that offer. We don't believe you.
No,
we believe AJ sent Ortiz.
You don't believe, but
we don't. Man, I wish Phil was.
It's well
here.
documented. Oh, you need Phil.
I wish he was here, like, cause all your look, man. I respect y'all and everything, but all your bars as F.
What? What?
All y'all from the UK. Most of you think you're not biased, but you are.
So if someone's from the UK, they can't offer up an
mostly. No. They try. Like, everybody here is actually trying to sound not biased, but man, we can see through it, bro.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. We're moving on. You're moving on. EJ Boxing.
Yes. EJ Boxing. That's right. No, so we say we're biased, yeah. Hey, I'm not biased.
No, I'm not even.
You know what? To be fair,
I'm biased. The conversation is about the article, which
No, I understand. But I was just saying, I probably am biased, but probably don't think I'm biased. I'll just say that. But yeah, in talking about his allegations towards the Dillian Whyte. Dillian, I don't really put no stock in. Dillian's always talking like, to me, he ain't learned his lesson, yeah? He does come off that ban thing. I thought he'd be calm, but now he's calling out Deontay Wilder. Listen, Deontay Wilder wasn't the one who's doing dodgy gloves and getting done for drugs. It was Dillian, and Dillian still hasn't produced the B sample. So him talking
B
about
sample? What does he need a B sample for when he's contaminated? The thing was contaminated, bro.
man, where's the sample, bro? I'm not having it. Where's the sample, Bridget?
Why do
I
you need
want
a
the
B
sample.
sample when the thing's contaminated?
I don't believe it was contaminated. Eddie Hearn had his greedy fingers in there, and it's up to no good, bro. The whole thing is suspect, bro. Changing the clubs,
bro.
Yeah,
carry on.
Yeah, okay, all right, sorry. Yeah, because you know, you really like you interrupted me. Anyway, I was on a nice roll. Anyway, yeah, right? No, everything. I'm trying to make a point is that he ain't learned his lesson. Yeah, he's out here poking the finger, and in the day, he should be happy that the whole thing's dropped. And like, you know, Dillian, to me, Dillian should
he be happy if the thing's dropped when he knows he was innocent?
Bruh, listen, I'm gonna tell you. My American colleagues, they don't think he's innocent until they saw the other sample. Usually when you see the A, you see the B, and we see that, and we ain't seen it up to now. And all of a sudden, we got to go by the word of, all of a sudden, we know there was some deals made and people dropped, and the guy in the ring, we don't know what are going, but you want Deontay Wilder, and you want to say how dishonest Deontay Wilder is, but we ain't seen your B sample. You hear what I'm saying, you know? I ain't seen your B sample. We know, obviously, you got vindicated from the thing, but we didn't see the B sample to make our own verdict on the whole situation. And we know there was the gloves changing around and them things there, and the British board have changed their rules in regards to drug testing. Now they got wrapped, because I'm a British board boxing license holder, right? As a coach, right? So the rules changed and said that before it was only tested on championship bouts, but now they're going to say random bouts, so they can just appear out of nowhere and say we want to test your fighter, and that happened straight after that. So you're trying to say implications were done because of that? You know what I'm trying to say? Eddie Hearn is very powerful, we already know already, right? But anyway, he was vindicated. But my thing is that now you're putting shade on the next man, but you got shade on yourself. I'm not having it. I'm not buying it. My thing is stay in your lane, just get some fights. What you're doing, you didn't look too good in your last fight, and just start prove yourself. Let your boxing talk. But this is the thing: you're back on social media poking your finger, and you see with this thing. And this is what I see, right? When people always poke their finger about people, this, that, and the other third, it comes back on them. Like I thought Dillian would have learned his lesson, but you know, Dillian's gonna be Dillian. You know, a man is who a man is. But what I'm trying to say to you is that my whole thing of this situation, I'm not buying it. I don't want to hear it. I want to see who you're fighting next. Work your way up the rankings. You're talking about Usyk. You're talking about other guys.
WBC. He's number one in WBC.
Why? Yeah, I understand that. But why are you not? Why you not? You know, or why you not fighting AJ? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, why there's other fights? You just beat Parker. Good fight. Yeah, there's other guys in the division to get yourself up there. Frig the WBC. Leave them alone already. Like what? Yeah. It's like chasing a girl who is not interested in you. You know what I'm saying? Just leave her alone already. Don't want you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but he's entitled. He's got paperwork to say.
Hey, every man feels they're entitled to a girl when they see them with their eyes. Yeah.
Well, hold on. My man's got paperwork to say he's entitled. My man's got a claim on the land. He's got a claim on the land.
When's the claim? Wait, Rafi, when is it, Rafi? When did they say he's gonna get his shot, Rafi? Tell me what year? What year?
He was mandatory. He was mandatory.
Yeah. I understand.
And then because of the drug thing, the tainted drug thing, the tainted sample. Because the tainted sample, they say, okay, we're gonna have to drop you. But if it turns out you are innocent, you will be reinstated.
He is reinstated.
No, he's not reinstated.
They said he's gonna be 22.
No, he's partially reinstated.
Well, that's more than what he was before. But what I'm saying
is he's partially reinstated. He's not partially reinstated.
Yeah, but partially is better than what he had before, which is
but it's not reinstated. If you're going to be reinstated, it's got to be 100% reinstated.
All I heard is this: he's fighting in 22 or something like that. 2021.
2021.
Right. So
that is not reinstated.
All right. So let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah. So 2021. Okay. So you got a date, right, to sit there, sit on your pine wood if you want to. My thing is this, right? I know many champions for that WB belt, and I can reel off names. Joshua Lushiga waited 5 years for that WBC belt. I can mention Tyson Fury himself was waiting 3 years to go and get a shot at that belt, and many man's in before. It's a waste of time. They don't want you, bruh. They don't want it. They're very picky on who they want, and they put up all these barriers in front of you. You got to fight eliminate after eliminate after eliminate. Go somewhere else, bruh. Go fight someone else. And AJ's there. AJ's right there across the way, bruh. Eddie Hearn could make that fight another fight. Why? You're talking about Deontay Wilder. My man's in your country. He's got more than the majority of the belts. You had a great fight for the UK. Yeah, you're probably going to lose. You're going to get paid. But then you can still rebuild your career. Leave Wilder about his business. I don't want to hear nothing about what you have to say about what Wilder's not doing or whatever to prove anything. At the end of the day, this is not the court of law where you win on social media, so I win and I get my shot. No, it's what you don't get what you want. You get what you negotiate. And my whole thing is Eddie Hearn is there. You want someone to blame, point the finger at the man next to you. Dodge it, fast car Eddie Hearn. And that's all I got to say, man.
Okay. AJ spitting that fire. Sub Skrilla.
Yeah, man. First off, I agree with a couple of EJ's points. Whyte's wasting too much time on social media. Like he says, the court of social media, wasting his time trying to pull up these receipts, this and that. The way I break down this whole situation, there is two sides to it. So first off, Whyte wants to play the victim, but he can only do that to a certain extent, because however fruity you think the WEC's rules might be, you can't force them unless you fight those eliminators that they put you into. So with the Ortiz one, he's refused one with Pulev before that as well, remember? Yep. So then he's refusing it with Ortiz. Had he not done that at that time, he and Eddie Hearn, on legal grounds, could force the issue. Do you see what I'm saying? They could take it to court with the WBC. But because he hasn't gone that route, played by their rules, that's why he's left in no man's land. He can't force anything. At the same time, I feel for him in a sense, because if you look at all the other mandatories Wilder has faced, not one of them you can name me has beaten more WBC contenders than Whyte has currently.
Correct.
So I don't feel he should have quite as many roadblocks put in front of him, and they have mistreated him in a certain sense. I don't know where this him ducking Brazil thing came from, because he and Brazil had agreed a fight.
Yes.
And like Don Zibi said beforehand, it was only because of Tyson Fury pulling out of the initial rematch that Brazil was suddenly instated to mandatory status.
Yeah.
After who had he fought? Was it Areola or?
Was Areola? Yeah, he was Areola.
Regardless. And then, like right now, obviously, Whyte was stripped of his mandatory status and then reinstated, but they've now put Tyson Fury as the mandatory, and I can't really see cause for them making Tyson Fury his mandatory.
I can tell you why they did it.
Just so he gets it out of the way for another, it prolongs it, is a mandatory is taken care of, it's a tick in the box.
Yeah, I think the reason they did it is so it delays. Well, two couple of reasons. One, they can say Deontay Wilder's fought X amount of one more mandatory than he actually has, because he was already booked to fight Fury. So to say he's a mandatory now, that just enables them to say, yeah, well, listen, he's fought three pre-mandatories, not two in 5 years, you know? So one, that. Two, they said they would reinstate Dillian Whyte, but they haven't reinstated him to mandatory immediately. They've delayed that till next year, so it's a delaying tactic. Yeah.
So, like I say, there is two sides to it. The WBC's rules and their roadblocks and the way they go about selecting their mandatories is fruity. We all know that. But at the same time, if you're not going to play by their rules, then you can't sit in the corner and cry about it. It's as simple as that. Because it doesn't matter if you've sent Ortiz offers outside of that eliminator. It doesn't matter, because you fight him when they tell you fight him for that eliminator. If you're paying them sanctioning fees, what's the point of paying them if you don't want to then play by the WBC's rules? Because you can't legally force their hand. You can't do anything about it. Do you see what I'm saying? So he's blowing and puffing steam, and really he needs to be concentrating on, like EJ says, on just building himself back up, because he didn't look spectacular in the WAC fight with everything he had going on. He just needs to focus on doing what he's doing. And if another eliminator is called, he needs to fucking take it, no matter what. If he can make more money in another fight elsewhere, you either want to play by WBC's rules and go through their sanctioning body, or you allow it and you go somewhere else. It's that simple, man.
Okay, so we've got some opinions there regarding Dillian Whyte. My opinion is that They've built the wall. They've built the wall extra high for Dillian, and they've tried to play him. They've given him some unfavorable circumstances. He was going to get 25% for flying over, only 25% for flying over there to Bulgaria and facing Pulev. Yeah, I think it's Pulev, 25%. So they knew that was unfavorable. That's the WBC, and knew most likely that he would decline that, as most people would. 25%, yeah, get out of here.
Sorry, just jump in. That wasn't the WBC with Pulev.
That was the WBC.
That wasn't WBC.
Sorry?
That wasn't WBC.
Who was that?
Was that not the IBF? That was
No.
the IBF eliminator, wasn't it, with Pulev?
Was it?
Yes. Yes.
Was it IBF?
Yeah. Just quick.
Okay, so forget that one.
Go on. But regardless, your point stands. The roadblocks have been extra high for Whyte because, like I was saying, in my original point, there's
Can I
no
jump in
other
quick?
mandatory that Wilder's fought that has fought as many WBC contenders as Whyte has. So he should have already. He's really already excelled anything that the other mandatories have done.
Yeah. So that's really that's really the point that I'm trying to make. They built the wall extra high for him. But some of these offers, some of the supposed to fight.
No. Can I jump in quick, ref?
Jump in. You're next, man. You're next. You're after me. So he was supposed to fight Ortiz at something like what, 50-50 split. Once again, that was not favorable to Whyte. Fighting him over here, fighting Ortiz over here would have been some good bank. So once again, they kind of made him an offer, but it's an unfavorable offer. But he's made offers to Ortiz nonetheless, and he has promised to show the paperwork, and we need to see the paperwork. But nonetheless, he should have been mandatory. He was mandatory, and then they bumped him out of mandatory and inserted Tyson Fury to delay the thing. So now he's going to be mandatory for 2021. But, when you read the WBC rules, they can extend that and say, well, yeah, I mean, he's got 2 years. We're going to give him an extension because this, that, the other. He's fighting Tyson Fury again, and he deserves a break. So I think he should just stick with it. He should stick with it, but he has to keep an open mind to other organizations because clearly the WBC don't want to see. I don't want to see him in the ring with what's his name, Deontay Wilder. So it seems, although Whyte has said that the WBC are cool, it's Wilder who doesn't want to get in the ring with me. It's a very twisted tale. But personally, I want to see Dillian Whyte in the ring with Wilder. I think Wilder's the favorite. Yes, I do. But I still think that Dillian Whyte can clip Wilder and send him into next week. Done, ZB.
Hey, man, look. First of all, Dillian Whyte never sent Luis Ortiz an offer. Never. Okay? Secondly, if he ever fights Luis Ortiz, he's not making it to Wilder. Okay?
Speculation.
One quick point, though. Let's remember that Ortiz's team also said there was no offers from AJ until Eddie Hearn pulled up receipts, and then that's when Ortiz's trainer had that very bizarre interview.
No, but they did say, yeah, okay.
Proven liar.
No.
Ortiz
No. They did say yes, they received an offer. They agreed to that. But to Dillian Whyte, never.
What?
They did say they received an offer from AJ, but they always said they never received any offers from Dillian Whyte.
You realize, Don Zibby, that Ortiz turned down a Whyte fight when he fought Dave Allen. That was a long time ago, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but in the last 2 years,
Go back.
Dylan
Go
White
back.
has not. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. If he did turn it down then maybe there was something better. You know, I don't know. I'm
But
telling
Dave
you
Allen.
what I know. The last 2 years, Dylan White has been talking a whole lot of crap, but never sent an offer. Period.
Never sent an offer to who?
Ortiz.
Oh, he sent Well, okay. So we're gonna have to wait to see the paperwork, but it is documented that he sent several offers to Ortiz. EJ Boxing. Where's EJ? Oh, EJ's. I bet you EJ's in the kitchen cooking. Bet you EJ's in the kitchen cooking.
I am cooking, but I got another. I got, you know me, Ralph. I'm on my fingers on the pulse of boxing. The verdict's in with James Bashir against Yusuf Mack. He's pled guilty. He took a plea and misdemeanor plea. So they're sorting out. So I got a hangout. I was just sorting out a hangout. But going back to Dillian Whyte.
Yeah,
he's a boot. Actually, I can't say that. He's long, man. He's being long with it. I don't care about what paperwork he's got to show. It doesn't matter. I just like, and this is the whole thing about me and guys who just talk too much. I'm not in this talking thing. I'm not interested in what Fury has to say. I just want to see them in the ring, and then I will credit them and listen to them. But these guys are just on social media whining and complaining about what they ain't got. Big Baby was another one after he got his dose. Dillian ain't look. Dillian's back on it and he's on it. So I understand about if he's got paperwork. I don't want to see it. I don't care. I mean, what is it? I'm not interested, bro. It's either you're fighting or you're not. Time is going on. Next you know, you're going to be like Gary Russell or near 40 or something. You ain't done nothing, bro. And the thing is, you've done so much in your career already, but now it's time to get paid, and the paydays are there. You're not going to get paid against Wilder. You can easily make millions. Because look at the punts against AJ. Take the AJ fight, probably 7 million or whatever your biggest payday, and then you can just continue doing what you're doing. This is about money, and it's not about it's not what you deserve, it's what you negotiate. And in the day, I don't really care about what he has to say in terms of what guy they said they're gonna fight him. Because I already know what happened with him and Anton Tarbar when I talked to Tarbar. He was saying he wanted to fight Tanton Tarbar, and then he said to Tarbar, "I want to fight you. Make sure you don't duck me." And then he come onto it. Dillian came onto it and said, "Make sure you don't price yourself out." And then I talked to Tarbar as well. He goes, "Bruh, I'm a mobile world." Tarbar's funny. I'm a mobile world champion. Do you know how much you have to pay me to get in the ring to take what I have? I've beat this guy, I beat that guy, and it's true he has, even though he's old. But Dillian's like, I'm not paying that money. But yeah, you see what I'm gonna say to you, bro. So I know how this squad, yeah. So I know what Dillian's doing. You know what I'm saying? Dillian's hustling, yeah, and he's trying to get public opinion, and some people do fall for it. But after a while, it becomes like crying wolf, bro. You've heard it once, you heard it twice, and there's nothing more to say about it. That is what it is.
It is what it is. Whyte versus Ortiz is a good fight unless it magically gets made. I wouldn't pick a winner right now. Okay, so we chop that one up. Make of that what you will. And I'm looking for something very specific here. Where is it? Where is it? Give me a second here. Oh. There it is. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so EJ raised a topic, and interestingly enough, it is on the topic sheet. Clarissa Shields' brother. I think. Well, let's set the stage. Let's set the stage. Clarissa Shields was supposed to fight this lady here. What's her name? What's the name of this lady? What's the name of this lady? Clarissa Shields.
Ivan Havacek.
Ivana Havacek. She's the lady pictured here with the long hair. Okay. And that was a world championship clash. But we all know Mr. Bashir right here in the middle was assaulted in the hallway by the brother of Clarissa Shields. Okay, so according to M Live, whatever that is, 28-year-old artist Mac, who is the brother of the unified world champion Clarissa Shields. Let me clear that off there. Clarissa Shields reached a plea deal in connection with the assault on veteran trainer James Ali Bashir. Okay, so Mac appeared at the district court on Monday and pleaded guilty to a single count of aggravated assault, which is a misdemeanor charge and punishable by up to 1 year in jail and or $1,000 fine or both. Okay, Mac is accused of punching Bashir on October the 4th in the Dort February Federal Event Center, Dort, D-O-R-T, during the official weigh-in for the scheduled Showtime televised headliner between Shields and Ivana Habazin. Okay, witnesses claimed that Mac had sucker punched Bashir, who a moment earlier had been involved in a verbal altercation with Shields' sister. Bashir was knocked out and taken to the local hospital to get treatment for his injuries. Due to a head trainer being hospitalized, Habazin refused to go forward with the fight, and it was cancelled. Showtime's card still went ahead with a modified card for television. Okay, the contest was rescheduled for January 10th in Atlantic City, with Shields easily dominating Habazin for a unanimous decision to unify the WBO, WBC junior middleweight titles and become a 3-division champion in only 10 pro fights. Frank Marnie, Mac's attorney, spoke to Milv and stated it was bad for the city, bad for his sister, and certainly bad for everyone involved. Hopefully this will put an end to it. So what does this plea mean? What does this plea mean? What does it mean? Plea deal in connection with the, so he's accepted a plea deal.
If he didn't take that plea deal, right, he might get 1 year or fine £1,000. He could have got 20 years, bro.
But what's his punishment though? I don't understand.
Where he has to pay the money and he's got a year in jail. That's his punishment.
He's going to jail for this.
Yeah. Either one, he's definitely going to jail, or he has to pay the fine. He paid the fine and take 1 year in jail. So, but they haven't decided
yet.
Nah, they haven't decided which one, but it's either one or the other. Like, obviously damages to Mr. Bashir, but one for that, that's not that much money. I think Mr. Bashir just wanted to make the point. He doesn't need the money necessarily, but he made the point you can't go around doing that stuff. You know what I mean? And they realized they were going to lose on court because their case was trying to say that he said some slurs and stuff like that, but that was just words, right? And he wasn't involved in the exchange, but it showed that he went up and sucked. I mean, they got the footage, they saw it, and it didn't matter what he said at that point. It was like, yo. So it's like they told him, his attorney, whoever told him, if you don't take a plea, then they're gonna enforce the 20-year thing. And he said, "Yo, I'll take the plea." So that's what he did.
So to be clear here, what the article says, the punishment is $1,000 fine,
or
1 year, or 1 year in jail, or both.
Yeah.
So the maximum will be 1 year in jail plus a $1,000 fine. That's the maximum.
That's the plea he got. But the one, if he continued to say he was innocent, then if he lost the case, that's 20 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
but as it stands now, what he could get ultimately is $1,000 fine, or 1 year in jail, or both. Both a $1,000 fine and a 1 year in jail. So that's the situation. That's the situation as it stands right now. Okay. So
pretty hard.
Yeah. I wonder what people are saying about that. I wonder what people are saying about that, because it seems kind of light. It seems a little light to me.
I don't think so, because listen to this, right? Listen to this. he's already got other cases as well. That's why he took the plea. He's got other cases as well. If you read the article a bit further, you see he's got other stuff pending. So on top of that, it wasn't wise for him to say he's innocent after the summer stuff he's done. So I think he's got other stuff with mental health. I think he got mental health problems. So they didn't want to. Mr. Bashir wanted to show the kid that you can't go around hitting people, but I don't think Mr. Bashir wanted to ruin the man's life. He just wanted to show him like what you did was out of order. You know, Mr. Bashir would have took a fair one. He actually would have took a fair one if he came to his face, but he hit him from behind, and he wanted to show him. And you know, it cost Mr. Bashir how much money and expenses in camp. And I guess it's like, but to be fair, me and you, I don't know if you've been. I don't think you. I'm assuming you haven't. I definitely haven't. To give up your freedom to go inside, I wouldn't like that for no one. And the money as well, to come across that money if you're not working. I mean, Clarissa could pay the money, but doesn't know that you've been incarcerated and someone has to tell you when to go to the toilet, when to get up for a year. Yo, not like that is a long time for someone. You know what I'm saying? I know it seems light in compared of what he did, but if you look at this totality that he's done all this other crime as well, it's kind of fair. He's got mental health problems. He heard someone abusing his sister. He rushed to a rescue. That was their point. And he, you know, from his point of view, that's what he was on. Mr. Bashir's thing was like, well, he was getting disrespected, and you know, they disrespected him. He disrespected back, and that's all it was. And maybe the brother read the situation, so they took it as that much. But Mr. Bashir, in terms of the damage he caused, is more to expense of his camp. So, you know, all well and done. Mr. Bashir could have said, I don't want to plea. I don't want to take a plea. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they opted to say, we want to take a plea. They could have said, no, we're not taking a plea. We want to pursue you full thing. Mr. Bashir is fine. So that I'll give props to Mr. Bashir. It shows what kind of man he is, that he was willing to say, okay, we just give him a plea. We just want to teach him a lesson, you know? So yeah. And you know, sometimes people assault somebody and they get a slap on the wrist. They might get community service or whatever you call that business. They don't even face a day in jail. But yeah, maybe a year in jail is better than a day in jail, better than no time in jail for that guy. But I mean, I think people were speculating previously that this guy was going to do some serious numbers in jail. Yeah, there was. Yeah, 100% he was. I mean, like I said, it was. I was reading the article as we speaking on the Detroit website. There's pictures up already. I'll put it in the chat actually. So I'm actually looking at it on the actual website. I'll put it in so you can see what I'm talking about. And like they've got the pictures on. You can bring them up on the screen if you want, because I certainly am a bit later on. I'll put it in the private chat and then you can just bring it up. I mean, look, the situation in Mr. Bashir, he went through some stuff, but he seems fairly alright. I see him on Baylor. It's in the chat, private chat there, Rafi. So you can press the link. I see him. You know, he's been talking back on boxing. So he seems like he's got better. You know, his teeth did get knocked out as well. You know, I mean, he's a tough guy. I mean, his teeth got knocked out, bleeding on the floor. Also, Havana lost when they rescheduled it as well. But he's you know, he just. I mean, if I get a chance to talk to him, I mean, I wonder what I have to say, but he's quite he comes from a definitely hard background. And I think hey, listen, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Someone done my granddad or something like that, I guess I wouldn't be so easy, but that's the way Mr. Bashir is, man. And maybe, you know what I'm saying? So, or maybe he wants him out so Mr. Bashir can give him a fair one. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, as far as reciprocation goes, there's some talk about reciprocation. Rafi ain't reciprocating. I did explain at the time, if you go back and check the lives around the time when my work schedule changed, I now work on a Sunday evening. Okay, so I'm not available to reciprocate. Sorry, buddy, but I did explain that at the time. So, yeah, I can't reciprocate. Not right now with my schedule as it is. Okay. So, yeah. Yes, EJ. My mind got distracted. I got a little bit distracted. But hold on. Let me cover some of the stuff in the chat. Yeah, it's going to be $1,000 fine or 1 year in jail for artist Mac, the brother of Clarissa Shields. Either or, or both? Okay, so where are we? Yes, yes, yes. Rue up in the building. Okay, so as I explained, I'm not available at that time, my good man, but I did explain that at the time. Okay, so hopefully that that is concluded. All right, so $1,000 with no time is light. 1 year, not light. Decision up to the judge, I suppose. Indeed. That dude is a violent history and should get at least 12 months in the pen. I totally agree. I totally agree. Okay, fair. Yeah, life comes before art. Life absolutely becomes before art. Okay. Cal in the building. Where are we? Same people excusing Spence's drunk driving, Tank's assault on a woman, also to defend the attack on Bashir. Yeah, that is totally... Yeah, that guy's attack on Bashir was totally unacceptable, and the guy is not a good guy. He's not a good guy. That's what I'll say. He's not a good guy. Where are we? Tyan Booth has been kicked off YouTube. Yes, when you watch the replay, DJ Cranium, that's one of the first topics we covered. Tyan Booth being kicked off YouTube. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But we covered that extensively. Well, I just think he's been getting strikes and people have been certain people have been complaining. Personally, I was not complaining. I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed his show. But some good points were made that he does get extremely personal, talking about people's wives. And from our perspective, it's funny, it's amusing. Yeah, it is. But if it were happening to you, and he was talking about your missus every week, perhaps it wouldn't be so amusing. So I see that side of the coin as well. Okay. Where are we? Yeah. So we're coming to the end of the show, but are you still with me? You want to wrap up, you want to just run through, you want to wrap up some fights, EJ boxing. You want to just run through some of the weekend's fights? Did you see what was that woman's name? What was that woman's name?
You're talking about Mary McGee? Who are you talking about? Which one?
Terry Harper.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. So, all the fights are on Sky Sports, actually. Yeah. She's a world champion. Yeah, hey, congrats, man. I don't really know too much about her. No. The UK have got another women's world champion, and Steffi Ball. He's a promoter up north. Obviously, we got down there in South, we got Steve Goodwin, but Steffi Ball's a known promoter, and he brought her the right way, and now she's a world champion, and congratulations to her. And the fight wasn't really. It was, she did what she needed to win, and hey, let's see what she does next. But I'm happy that in the UK have another female world champion.
Yes. Anybody who doesn't know, I did a video covering that fight, so feel free to check it out. Her name is. Am I sharing? Am I even sharing? I don't think I'm sharing. Think I'm sharing. Hold on, let me try again. Where are we? Yeah. Boom. Damn, the mouse ain't. Where's the pot? The mouse ain't moving. Let's go. Okay, so I think I'm sharing. So Terry Harper boxes past Eva Wallstrom and claims a WBC belt. I found this Wallstrom lady. She's been a champ for 5 years. I found her to be quite lead-footed. She certainly was not fleet of foot. Her game is apparently to plant her feet and swing those big, wide hooks. She did rock She did rock Terry a couple of times, it seems, but Terry just used her long range, kept the fight at range. She just used good boxing. She worked behind a good jab, frequent jab, fluid jab, and she got the job done. I think she dropped. Yeah, she dropped Wallstrom as well. Not going to get my scorecard out. It's in a book. I'm not going to flick through that. But yeah, go check the video. Good win for Terry Harper, who gets past Eva Wallstrom. Okay. And what else? What else? Close that down. Who else? We're looking at. Where is he? There he is. Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. Yeah, go ahead and talk about Kell Brook, EJ.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, these fights are just like stay busy fights. A guy I've never heard of. Like, if I talk to my guys in America, they never heard of him as well. Yeah. It was almost like Carson Jones. Eddie Hearn was so excited, and it was like, yo, but Eddie Hearn, I go and give it to you. He any fight is boring, he'll make it seem like it's good. Mm-hmm. This guy looked like a guy keep fit. I've never heard of him. He might be go on to something, but it was supposed to happen. You know, he took his time and he beat him up, man. He beat him up. That was a good jab, that Kell Brook. You know, has he got better? I don't know. Is he stronger? You know, he should have went to 154 instead of going to 160 to face Triple G. How do you see him against the best competition at 154? I say he's in there with a good fight. He's got a shot, maybe, but I don't know how Kell, from beating this opposition, it doesn't show me too much. No. I expect him to win, and he won handily, like he does against B or C level opponents. He handles them very good. You know, Shevchenko, anyone who's a B class, Kell usually blows them out. It's just Carson Jones' style was kind of awkward for him, but in terms of other than that, like you know, Kell Brook does what he's supposed to do, and we march forward to not maybe Amir Khan, because we know that's out the window, but maybe trying to get a shot at one of them other champions at 154. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Kell looked a bit rusty to me, which is understandable. He's been out of the ring for over a year now. So it did look, 14 months. So it did look rusty to me. First couple of rounds, but then shook the rust off and started getting loose. Clearly seemed to be working towards a plan. He even switched to southpaw the latter part of the fight. I think it finished in the 6th, or was it the 7th? Something of that nature. And overall, he dispatched him very well, gave him a hell of a shot, dropped him earlier on. Seemed to have a broken nose, or certainly a bloody nose. That thing was pouring. And eventually went on to claim the victory via KO. Okay. So, damn, I got a lot of pictures in this one. What the hell?
Yeah. Because
this one. Scrolling on. And the last fight we're going to cover, I think that's going to have to be, there you see, he got banged up before being banged out. Okay. So that's Kell Brook. Kell Brook is back with a victory over the American Marine. Okay, so where are we now? Let me stop sharing. Let's go to, before we go to the last fight we're covering, what's going on? Coogan's been complaining, talking about time booth thing. Has Coogan been complaining? Quite possibly. EJ, yeah, you're back. You're back
sorry,
in. No problem.
Coogan, you were saying about Coogan. What's Coogan complaining about?
No, it's a question mark. Has Coogan been complaining about the time booth thing? Has Coogan been instrumental in this thing? People are suspicious.
Maybe, but the thing is, he could be Coogan, but Coogan met him and said, "Be safe." So I don't think Coogan. I don't think Coogan's got a problem with him. I think the problem. I think Coogan
was being sarcastic though, EJ.
Yeah, but you see, but he actually met him face to face. But I think that Ann Woodhouse has a problem with him because he went to a press conference. She saw him shout security to kick him out of the building, and other people as well. Carl Froch hasn't seen him yet. I don't think Carl Froch pays no time. But Anthony Joshua was another one, asked him to leave Sheffield. So he has amounted a lot of people dislike him. And to be fair, people like that. They've got so many enemies coming from here and there. You never know. With crossing YouTube's guidelines in something, I mean, it's quite offensive. The reason why it's quite offensive is because a lot of people actually tune in, and he gets a lot of views. So a lot of people are watching him, and a lot of people who watch them probably post it to the people he's talking about. Because you sit there watching, you go, who's he going to talk about next? I'll be honest with you. I had opportunity to actually see the guy when one guy is another YouTuber as well. His name's Uncle TKO, Uncle T, right? And he's going to spend a lot of time with him. And I know Uncle T, right? And I was thinking to myself, if I see him, next you know, he could make a video about me. So I make sure I'm away from that situation. I said, T, you know, I know you talked to me, he could make a video about you as well. And he goes, nah, we're cool. I know him. I goes, yeah, I'm sure other people were cool with him, but you never know with these people, you know, he could just make a video. So end of the day, he probably amounted a lot of people disliked him. And to be fair, the people he made videos about, they don't miss him. I don't really miss him. And I just feel like saying YouTube in terms of you know, being being trolling and being that kind of way doesn't pay. That's the way I see it. Alex Jones.
Yeah, but you must confess, people clearly found him highly entertaining.
People like negativity. Negativity is definitely entertaining. When I mean negativity, he's weird. It's not for everyone. I just find it as like, you know, it's a bit vicious. I feel like if it was about you. Or me, like I said to you, it's like, bro, it cuts deep. It cuts deep. You know what I'm saying? He talks about, you know, it cuts deep about people. Some people got thick skins, and some people haven't. And obviously, the people got things. Like I said to you, Michelle Joy Phelps. I mean, he just attacked her. And like I said, he's got a lot of other women. I think if anyone was gonna do it, I think it would be the women. Ann Woodhouse from Sky. He's just constantly on her, talking about Terrence Crawford's wife. I don't think the men could complain. I think it would be, if it was anyone, it'd probably be the females. That's just my take of it.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy this stuff, but I can't deny it was brutal. It was brutal stuff, and if it was directed at you as an individual, I wouldn't like it. But at the same time, I'm not going to pretend that I didn't enjoy it, because I did. But so there's two sides of the coin, and both are very strong arguments. But okay, so let's get to the last fight we're covering tonight. Where is it? Got too many windows open.
You have, man. I saw them out there. They crashed your computer, man, Rafi. Look, I saw them all up there. I was like, but you know, every one of them windows are important because you got them there. So that's why they're there.
Yeah, that's why they're there, man. That's why they're there. But it's a lot of windows. But we can't leave without talking about, what is this here? Can't leave without talking about Kid Galahad. Where is it? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so the Kid Galahad fight versus this guy Claudio Marrero, the IFBB eliminator. So basically, Kid Galahad won this IFBB eliminator, which means that he is now in line. His next fight is in line for a fight, once again, a rematch with Warrington. Or if Josh Warrington opts to fight Stevenson, then I guess Kid Galahad would be in line to fight Shakur Stevenson for the IBF version, a portion of the two belts that Stevenson would have. Or if Warrington wins, then whichever guy wins, then they've got two belts. And Kid Galahad would be in line for a shot if it's Warrington or Shakur. So it appears. Yeah, so one of the things that stood out, I mean, Warrington handled this guy handily. He outboxed him comprehensively. But one of the things I noticed in the fight was that the commentators on more than one occasion mentioned that Kid Galahad was fighting dirty. He was stepping on the lead foot of this guy. And also using the forearm on the far side, the other side of the referee. So there was much talk about that. Is Kid Galahad a dirty fighter? The question has to be asked. EJ Boxing.
All professional fighters can be dirty, and yeah, he probably. I think maybe you might say it's ring rust. You could say, but at the end of the day, I remember listening to Barry McGuigan, and he was saying in the professional game, a headbutt, an elbow, someone stepping your toe, do your world of good. It shows you how tough the game is. People are paying for their family and their breakfast, and then to put money on the table, and they ain't joking around. And if they can get away with infringing the rules about the referee seeing it, they will. And to get people out of things. So it's not really a staple of the Ingle gym to be dirty, but I think with him, his style in being inactive, and maybe their styles are clashing, and that happens a lot. You know what I mean? But people who complain about dirty fighting, would you say they were saying that Thingy was dirty? What's his name again? They were saying, who was it? Not Billy Joe Saunders. Carl Froch was complaining Andre Ward was dirty, and other people have said it as well. About this guy's dirty. It's to get in the head, but having saying that, understandably, you knew what you was getting into before you signed the contract. Bazza is what he does. End of the day, for you to beat him, and even if he was dirty, that's the way it is. Bernard Hopkins was known for dirty fighters. He didn't Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? So boxing has that style. That's why it's the pro game, it's money game. And some people enjoy seeing some people get elbowed in the face and head butted. When the referee doesn't see it, you know what I mean? So if you I wouldn't say his whole career he's been dirty. I would lay it down to inactivity, and I'd lay it down to the style of the opponent. But if you didn't enjoy the fight, then fine. But let's see how he fights in his next fight. And I like the Shakir Stevenson fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think Bazza's been around for a while. Gadlan, I think he's been around for some of these guys have been around for too long. Hopefully he might win a world title, but it's getting hard now. The clock, the side is not is getting old. And years ago I would have had him beating Josh Warrington, but it was just timing. It was just timing. Boxing's about timing. And with Kid Gadlan, the reflexes and the style, looking at Nassim Hamid and all that stuff there, it's just not there, innit? And time is running out. And these lower guys in the lower weights, they get older quicker than most people. So if you felt like it was dirty, then I understandable. But you have to see, maybe we see in his next fight, he looks more cleaner. But I don't really think anything big of it. Like I said, the pro fighting game, it does happen.
Yeah. Yes. That's a nice summary there. Me personally, I think that he's I don't like his fight style. I'll be honest with you. I didn't enjoy his fight style during the Warrington fight. A lot of people, maybe the majority of people, feel that he won that fight. But to me, although I recognize and understand that wrestling was a strong element of boxing originally, even though I know that, recognize that, understand that. These days, if I'm watching boxing, I want to watch boxing. If I'm watching wrestling, I want to watch wrestling. Yeah, you can incorporate a certain element of wrestling with the grappling. But if I'm honest, I don't really like the Kid Galahad's style of boxing wrestling. I really don't like it. The forearms, don't appreciate it. The standing on the foot, all of those things you can say, well, it's just a wily campaigner. But I gotta say, to me, it's kind of dirty. But I understand everything you said. All makes sense. Let me stop sharing the screen. Okay, where are we? Let me go through this chat for the final time. Let's see what's going on. Words are words, are they not? Some things are not correct to say. But if you claim it to be comedy, then it's freedom of speech. Then freedom of speech suddenly applies. Yes, those those expensive battered onion rings. Funny how IFL Umar drops just prior. Yeah, thanks for that.
Oh yeah, all of them are getting wiped out. He's another one as well. IFL. I think you touched on that briefly as well.
Who's that? Umar.
Yeah, Umar. Is he? I don't think he's a big thing though. I don't think that's a big thing about what happened with him. I feel like he was. I was around when Umar first came on the scene. And I was saying to James, I said to him, you know, you need to come to this interview, but James didn't tell me. And I said, no, come anyway. And he came, and then James was like annoyed, and then James said, all right, then cool. And the next, you know, Umar blew up. In my opinion, Umar is a young guy who's enthusiastic. He loves boxing, and he just talks his mind. That's how he felt. But as he got to know the fighters, he has a different opinion, and he would probably say that. And the Cougar knows that, and I think the fighters know that. But I think people are being malice and cruel and stuff about them sort of things, and they do that. You know, they'll bring up old tweets about how you felt at the time, and he did feel that time. But he has the right, as most people, to change their mind. And I feel with Umar, it's not in another chance. It's just a case of, is he on the level of Tywin Booth where he meant it maliciously, and is he being two-faced? I don't think so. I think it was just young. He never knew. He didn't know he's going to be working for IFL.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, bro? So this happens.
It just happens. It just happens. What's going on here? Dave Allen is officially under investigation by UK Gambling Commission. Really? Apparently, there are some irregularities going on around the gambling, around the betting on that fight. So, I saw an article or a post somewhere earlier on saying that, Dave Allen is under investigation. They think there's some suspicion around his fight. Was it fixed in some way?
Oh gosh, Eddie Hearn, boy. You know, you need to them sort of gambling. People feel like that's why Eddie Hearn has took the show to America, because remember the time when things used to sell out in 5 minutes. And Frank Warren brought it up and go, this is illegal, and StubHub and all them things there. And now with Dave Allen involved in this thing, it's not a good look. But I'm not going to put the brush on Eddie Hearn. But at the end of the day, if that is the case, and also with Dillian and the dog chasing, it's just the way boxing is. Boxing does come up with these sort of things. And there might be some truth to it, because I don't know if he had money problems, though. Eddie Hearn had him in some good fights against Price, and it kept him busy. He paid off his mortgage.
It doesn't work like that with money problems. I mean, basically, how it would work if it were true. We got there's conflicting reports. Is it true? Is he under investigation or is he not? There's conflicting reports, but how it works is that some gambling syndicate or representative of a gambling syndicate approaches the fighter, the player, the sportsman, whatever. They say, listen, if you can do this and that, if you can do this and that, or like this way or that way, then we can give you X figure. So Dave Allen ain't hurting for money. Eddie Hearn apparently told him to invest in houses, so he's got several houses he's renting out, and apparently he's good. He's good for money. Yeah. But if somebody approaches you and with a figure X, and that's a large sum on top of good sums that you're already earning, then that can be tempting whether you're hurting for money or not. You see what I'm saying, EJ?
Yeah, no, 100%. You're right. And then let's let due process happen and find out the information.
Yeah. So due process. What's going on here? Due process. Yeah, I read it somewhere else, not in the Sun. Yeah. So I've read a post about that as well. Read a post about it. We'll have to let due process take its course. I don't know if it's official. I don't know if it's just a rumor, but I have also seen something to that nature. Something of that nature. Okay, so what time is it? Yeah, 2:33. We've been on for 2 hours and 33 minutes. I think we've done our duty to bring you boxing news, and we also bring you boxing opinion. That's how we do. It's Boxing Talk with Rafi. Thanks for everybody who jumped on earlier. Who is it? We got EJ Boxing. We got the Boxing Jedi. No, not the Boxing Jedi. Sorry. What was it? Don ZB, Phil Walker. Have I missed anybody? I don't know if I missed anybody, but EJ, what you got some final words, my friend? Your final words. Thanks for jumping on, my friend. Thanks for jumping on.
Nah, man, look forward to your show. Obviously, like I watch all the time. Depending on the topic and what I've got going on, I always like to come over on Referee and Combat Radio and give my take on stuff like that. And you know, Referee's one of the rare guys that you know, as long as you're doing something positive and you're contributing boxing, Referee will allow the link. And if you want to come on talk boxing, it's a beautiful thing. And I like the way your openness and you continue your thing. And you know, we look forward to you building your channel. And you're definitely a great addition to the YouTube boxing community. So big props to you, and yeah, really appreciate coming on your channel.
100%. And talk about reciprocation, folks. I can't reciprocate too much right about now. My work schedule is bananas. So if you don't see me hopping on various different channels, it's because I barely got any time to do this on my channel. I barely have the time, believe you me. My work schedule is currently bananas. When it frees up a little bit, then you'll see me around a little bit. But right about now, it ain't that I'm being selfish in any way. It's just that I really don't have the time. Barely got time for this. Barely got time for this on my own channel. Yeah, so okay, I'm glad I cleared that up. Yes. Thanks for everybody who jumped on. Like I said, Don ZB, Phil Walker, of course, EJ Box, and I knew I forgot somebody. Sub Skriller as well. Thank you very much for jumping on. We do it for the people. We do it for the people and the love of the sport. Okay, yeah. So it's all there. It's all there. No problem at all. No problem at all. You know, I like to keep it clean. Rafi likes to keep it clean over here. It's good, clean, family fun. Okay. So where am I? EJ always does a good contribution. EJ has been around for I think I can say a long time. EJ knows his stuff, and I always appreciate it when EJ can jump on. Okay, so it's Boxing Talk with Rafi. We've covered it all. All the UK, well, most of the UK fights. I'll touch on the American fights of this weekend on the Wednesday show, but there was just too much to talk about. Tyan Booth being kicked off. At least one per show. Tyan Booth being kicked. Tyan Booth being kicked off YouTube. To me, it's sad. Sad to me. I enjoy this shizzle, but I think EJ makes a good point. If he was talking about your wife, would it be so amusing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, we'd have to sort that one out. No question about it. No question about it. Yeah, so the Tyan Booth story. We talked about the Dillian Whyte situation with Deontay Wilder. And what else did we talk about? Let me try and go through the list. We talked about Clarissa Shields' brother taking a plea deal. He's going down for a year or a $1,000 fine or both. We talked about Alexander Usyk injured yet again. So the Derek Chisora fight has been delayed. What else did we do? Alejandra Jimenez has been suspended since her failed drug test. That's kind of cloudy over there. And what else we got? Of course, we talked about Kid Galahad's win over Claudio Morera. And of course, Kell Brook's win over Mark DeLuca. And Terry Harper, who gets past Eva Wallstrom to earn herself the WBC Super Featherweight belt. Okay, we've made it through another one. We've made it through another one. Okay, what's going on here? Thanks, guys. Yes, indeed. Thanks to EJ Boxing, Sub Skrilla, Don ZB, Phil Walker. Okay. And that is it. Another one in the bag. Boxing Talk with Rafi 94. And all that's left for me to say is, oh yeah, don't forget to tune in to the live shows Mondays and Wednesdays. This is the Monday show. Another one coming on Wednesday. Don't forget to smack that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to tickle the PayPal button every once in a while. And don't forget to check out the videos. It's the EJ Boxing, it's the Pablo, it's the Sub Skrilla, it's the Cal L. It's the Phil Walker, the BH, the Pablo Diablo. Good to see you in the building, Pablo, the Benno Cadman. Who else we got? The DJ Cranium, the Rue 504. We're scrolling on. The Big Boys Boxing, the Cristiano Wu, the Wild Soul, and many, many more. So it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comment, it's the shares, it's the hitting that bell icon, it's the following me on Twitter, it's the Boxing Talk with Rafi. And the only thing left for me to say is blessed.